Welcome back to FUT in Review Podcast 729, the podcast that reviews Ultimate Team content with the seriousness of Champions League pundits and the emotional stability of someone conceding a 90th minute equaliser to a bounce-back tackle. What a week it's been in the Champions League football. Drama, chaos, goals flying everywhere, last-minute heartbreak, tactical masterclasses, and at least one defending performance that looked suspiciously like someone accidentally switched to ultra-attacking and forgot to switch back. Basically, the UEFA Champions League this week looked like a typical weekend league match. Well, Europe's biggest clubs have been battling for glory. EA have dropped FUT Birthday Team 2, and as usual, the community reaction has ranged from "this card's incredible" to who at EA thought this was a good idea. And to help break it all down tonight, I'm joined by two men who perfectly balance the emotional spectrum of Scottish football fandom. First up, we have Graeme, aka Homer, the Iceman. Nothing rattles him, calm, composed, analytical. The man could concede a bicycle kick from 35 yards in the 90th minute and still politely say, "Fair play, that was a decent finish." Then we have the complete opposite end of the spectrum. Neil, aka Bullseye, the Fire. Passionate, explosive, capable of delivering tactical insight 1 minute and threatening to uninstall the game the next. Together they form the perfect balance, like a Scottish version of Good Cop, Bad Cop, except both of them are shouting about EA pack weight. Here's how episode 729 is shaping up. In the first half, we drive straight into FUT Birthday Team 2. Who are the must-use cards? Who's flying under the radar? And which players are about to appear in 95% of weekend league squads, whether you like it or not? Then we'll have our half-time segment, our top 5 competition, which I know you guys love. And this week we are tackling the greatest European football stadiums. Expect legendary grounds, controversial picks and nostalgia. And then in the second half, we get into the big FUT in Review birthday talking points. EA's Playstyle experiment. Has given crazy combinations of playstyles actually changed the game? Are squads becoming more creative? Or are we still all conceding to the exact same cutback goal we've been watching since FIFA 19? And all that and more coming up on FUT in Review episode 729. So settle in, prepare your hottest takes, and let's get into it, because this is FUT in Review. How you doing, guys? How's it going, Graeme?
Yeah, not bad. Thanks for that lovely introduction. How about yourself?
I'm good, mate. How's your week and in FC been?
Pretty quiet for me. I played the tournaments, won them, and that's pretty much it. I've stayed away from rivals, weekend league, just kept it quite casual. But it's been good. Yourself?
I did rivals, and I also played weekend league, and I finally got myself Ronaldo, which I'm delighted with. So I'm playing 2 up top, and I think you may be playing that soon, but we'll get to that in a wee minute. And we're joined by Neil. Neil, how's your week been?
Very well. Thanks for having me on the Friday show. It's great to be here. I was quite concerned with your very accurate description of me about uninstalling the game and giving tactical knowledge. It's very true. It couldn't be true on the Discord, could it? It's been very good for me. I've got my rivals points already this week. I've changed formation to the 4-1-2-1-2, and I'm loving it. And I'm playing very good football with it, and I'm enjoying the game. I can no longer complain about pack weight anymore. Is packed Freddy Valverde during the week in an 83 times 14. So I already had previous Valverde cards, but this one's top dog. It's one of the best cards in the promo, and it kind of makes you change your view in the light of the promo, doesn't it? If you pack one of the top cards, well, as you know, I'm sure you'll tell us about it. Yeah,
we'll get to that in the second half of the show, and whether or not it was a blessing or not, I'm sure it was. But Valverde had some week as well. I mean, that hat trick he scored was one of the best, I think.
That third goal was unbelievably good. Just so good, so class.
I mean, I've heard him, and we'll get into the first half very soon, but in your opinion, was the first goal better than the third goal?
I can't remember the first goal now. I thought the third goal was the best. I thought that was just the composure to flick it over the defender and finish it was class. That was really good.
I mean, I think the first goal, is the long ball out from Courtois, or the defender, and he touches it and then just skins Nico O'Reilly. Is that right, Homer?
Yes.
Yeah, that is right, yeah. And then he just nicks it by Donnarumma, composes himself and then just slides it in. I'd say the third goal as well. just for how close, compact it was to flick it over the defender, get it down, finish it. Both are really good goals, but the third one just shies it for me. And as a person who really likes Real Madrid, that couldn't be any better.
Mm-hmm. No, brilliant. So, guys, the referee is coming out. He is about to blow his whistle, and we're just going to get in now. We're going to talk about FUT Birthday Team 2, dropped at 6 o'clock tonight. Some really interesting cards in here. And we also have icons and heroes and an SBC as well, which I didn't know was an SBC. So when I packed the gold player, I was absolutely delighted and thought I was going to get compensation until I posted on our wonderful Discord, which you can find at patreon.com/FUT Review, to be told, no, Saka isn't a player. He's an SBC now. My heart dropped there, unfortunately. So I'll come to you first then, Neil. Looking at this team, first of all, the question would be: is there any player in there that if you had unlimited coins, you really would like to pack?
It's difficult because they're all clean slated players, aren't they?
Mm-hmm.
And it goes to the debate of playstyles, how much you value them, how much they've changed. You can pretty much make a really good card out every single card in this promo now, can't you? You're pretty much buying a player for a body type or somebody just frankly you like. Mm-hmm. I mean, there's loads and loads of players. What I would say is that it looks to be a lot of players in it that are just rinse and repeat players. There's a couple of new ones in there from what I can see, but it's a lot. I'm looking at it. Yilmaz is in a few, Lacazette's in a few card. Tell you what, Hanko for the cost, 15,000 coins. Boy in the Discord loves him, doesn't he? I forgot his name now. Tommy absolutely loves Hanko, and he still plays him to this day. There's Claudia Pina for the rats that need their fix from the last Claudia Pina that was released. Pogba, Kachewi, another card that's probably had 3 or 4 cards now. Rudiger's in a couple. I personally, if I was to pick out one that I could pick and take, I would probably look at, to be honest, I'd probably look at Scott McTominay. 91 rated Scott. How many 91 rated Scottish cards do you come across in the game?
Yeah, no, definitely.
Apart from Kenny Dalglish shooting in his one.
Yeah. So would you potentially, are you picking him for the now, or are you picking him for the summer when we're hoping that we've maybe got some sort of World Cup game and at least we can play with Scotland for a couple of weeks till they go home? I
would take him now. Even with the 85 pace, you stick a hunter on that, you're putting his pace up really high, and he's already shooting at 91, the physical 91. He's going to be an absolute menace if you put the right place. And he plays Cam, CM, CDM, so you've got a decision to make in what playstyles you want to put on him, which I like. I think it's good that as much as everyone's taking the same playstyles for cards, there is a variety in there. So there's different playstyles you could add to him to make him whatever play you want him to make, and I think that's quite appealing.
And for your point of view, Graeme, is there any card in there that if you had unlimited coins you'd be snapping up?
Neil picked some of the best ones, obviously. Rudiger, McTominay, Kachewi, the 3 headliners. Pedri looks really good. I reckon once you evo him, he must be one of the best CDMs in the game. Lucio as well, I think he looks fantastic. So Lucio, Pedri.
And again, you know, we talked about it last week when we were on the show with John, and I'm just quickly checking here the price. So we picked out Pfeiffer last week, and I think when we looked at Pfeiffer last week, we thought she was maybe related to Michelle Pfeiffer. She isn't. I checked her up, but last week she was 40,000 coins. Now she's almost 90, and she's retained that price. Is there any cards in there that you think that people may be sleeping on? I mean, we've looked at the high end ones, but is there someone with that 90 rated card that you think relative? I mean, Kachewi at 90, 130, 91 rated. I know a lot of us may have done our Team of the Week nominee card, but is that a card, or is there anybody else you could maybe point our listeners in to think about? I'll go with
Brahim
yourself.
Diaz.
Yeah.
Brahim Diaz looks like a proper could rise because he's Real Madrid, links well, plays good positions as well. He's only 43,000 currently at the moment, so he could potentially be a fifer. Where he might rise. I packed that fifer card. I've still got it sitting there. I've not used it. Any Playstyles on it or nothing. A lot of people are coming away from using wide players. So a lot of people are starting to kind of use the 4 centre mids and stuff like that. I wonder if that's a factor in price.
MD for you, Graeme?
Lauren Hemp. She plays for England and Man City. She's only 17k at the moment. Plays both left wing, left mid, right wing, 5-star, 5-star. I reckon if you get the Playstyles right on her, she's an elite level winger. Our good friend Wimby loves Lauren Hemp and Chloe Kelly, so I'm pretty sure he'll be chuffed to see her. Aitnan Nouri, the Man City left back, he's 30,000. I reckon with the fact that you've got Semenyo, Haaland, Reiners, quite a lot of good players. Good link, ton of good player. Bastoni's 90,000. I reckon he's probably pretty good as well.
Yep. And Neil, have you something you'd like to add to that?
I was amazed. I was really surprised that Homer didn't mention Bastoni until he mentioned him there. I thought that would be right up his alley. Yeah, I had to put money on that. I mean, he looks like a prime centre back, and again, I come back to it. You can put any playstyle you want in these guys. You can make them any player you want. So he's got to be a fantastic card.
I mean, we'll get to it in the second half of the show, but we'll just quickly move on to the SBCs. The one that we'll pick on first is the Saka card. 91 rated, 558,000 coins, rough cost, give or take. What's your thoughts on that card? We'll go with you first, Graeme.
He looks decent. Obviously, there's no playstyles on him, so he's a blank canvas for you to perfect. He generally is a good card, so for 500,000, I think it's a little bit dear, but with the potential there that he could play also left back. So if you're looking for an attacking wing back, perfect. He could play centre mid, cam, right mid, right wing. He's so versatile. I reckon that if he was a little bit cheaper, I'd be a bit more interested in him, but I can see a lot of people getting him because I think he is pretty much one of the best right mids or right wingers you'll get.
I mean, just on that right back, we know he's not the tallest player in the world. Excuse me, one of the best players in the Prem at the moment. Is the fact his versatility, Neil, as Homer's mentioned there, would that be a card that you would consider?
Has he ever played left back? Ever?
When he was a youth, he did, yeah.
Has he ever played centre mid?
Again, it's similar to how Ethan Nwaneri and Lewis Skelly both broke through at Arsenal. He was the sort of like the prototype that he played left back, left mid, pretty much everywhere until he really nailed down the right mid slot.
He's personally, he's not for me. I just don't fancy him, mainly because I've never really used Saka cards before. Potentially, you could play him at cam. I think his 77 physical lets him down because the way Bruiser is at the moment in the game, and the way everybody, frankly, does abuse Bruiser because you can. I think it could be an issue. That apart from that, you're not going to use him at left back at 80 defending, really, are you? I'd maybe like to see a striker option on him if you could add more bonkers positions that he has, but I don't know. He doesn't look like a card for me.
Okay, and then we have got a second team, which is a Heroes one, and we'll quickly just move to that SBC that's out. It's the Cambiasso one. Again, Graeme, I was going to ask, are you going to do that? But I think you're maybe halfway through that or finished it. Is that right?
He's completed already. Instant complete for me. Inter legend.
Leicester legend as well.
Yeah, I think he left just before they won the league as well. But he's top 5 deep line playmaker CDMs for me. He's got every playstyle you really want. He's 5'5", so it doesn't matter like skills or weak foot. I don't think there's really much, to be honest, wrong with him. Great stamina, great aggression. His composure's 92, so his reactions are 91, ball control's 91. Generally, his passing is let down by the fact that he's not got great curve, crossing or free kick accuracy, but the rest of it's brilliant. So for me, like I said, it was an instant complete.
Mm-hmm. And well, you don't rock a Serie A team, Neil. Would this be a card you would consider?
He looks to me very similar to the knockout Dunga that came out, who I use, and he's a phenomenal card. I'll be completing this SBC. This looks like an absolute. I don't see any faults with this card.
Mm-hmm.
200k, and he looks like one of the best CDMs in the game. CDMs are making a fashionable again in the game. He looks absolutely exceptional. Every playstyle that you want, he's got perfect 89 defending, 86 physicals, 88 passing for what you're going to use him for. He's no slouch either, with 85 pace. He looks to be exceptional. Mm-hmm. Intercept plus is just the kind of the dog's bees, isn't it, for that position. He looks fantastic. He looks really good.
No, brilliant. So one I will certainly consider doing going forward. And then when we look at the Icon Hero team that's out, and I think I'll let you go first, Neil. We'll leave Homer to last to see what card he would pick. Is there any players other than the one that maybe Homer's going to pick that you'd like to use?
Because of wait, so this is. I've come on the pod to say that I've packed Valverde and Over the Moon, and very lucky to pack him. Fantastic. I've not seen one hero or I've not seen one icon being packed by anyone, even in streams or any other on this Discord. I've not seen any icons being packed from last week's team. I think Ibrahimovic is a myth. I don't think it exists. And I'm looking at the ones this week. You'll see, so there's Crespo, Eto'o, Foudy, Mayama, Charlton and Puskas, is that correct?
Mm-hmm.
That's them all. I mean, everybody would want a Puskas, wouldn't they? Everybody would want him.
Yeah.
He's smiling at hell. I'm trying my very best not to give this away. Yeah, I'm genuinely not. But I mean, everyone would want that Puskas card. He just looks phenomenal. Foudy's one of the ones that if you're going to pack one of these, I'd imagine Foudy's one that you're going to pack because she's the one that you've packed all year from winter wild cards downwards, and you kind of put your head in your hands going, no, another one. Charlton, I'd imagine, will be fantastic. I personally would love to pack a Samuel Eto'o. Any Samuel Eto'o card's good. He always plays phenomenal for me. I would love the Eto'o card. He's only 2 million coins, so you can afford them, Chris. I can't. But he's got every perfect playstyle, and there's not a bad icon, is there? Let's be honest.
No, and is there any heroes in there that the Lucio card, or even Mascherano? I've used in previous games. I
like him.
I've enjoyed using that card. But look, we've waited long enough, haven't we? We need to let him have his. Let him have it. Come on, Graeme. Is there any card that you would like to use here?
Bobby Charlton looks pretty good, I'll say. Luckily, before we came on, I was doing the SBCs. I can't remember if it was I'd done Cambiasso, done the marquee matchups, and I'd done the 83 times 14. I think it would probably be the 83 14s, and I packed Puskas. So Over the Moon deleted.
Yeah, well
I've now got Puskas and R9 as my two strikers. So obviously, once I finish this, my dad duties of being a taxi and picking everybody up, we straight on to give him a go and see if he's a flop or not. But to be honest, looking at him, I can't see him being a flop. I had one of his icon last year, and he was phenomenal. So I can't see how this one would be bad either.
No, definitely. Well, congratulations, mate. Congratulations. Thanks. Our good friend Neil did our best not to spoil it. I just looking at these cards, though, I mean, they're not super expensive for me at this stage of the game yet. I accept the Puskas card, and I hope he is amazing. And you'd mentioned Bobby Charlton, Neil. He's currently 1.6 million, 93 rated cam. and can play striker. Looking at that card, if you did have the 1.6 million, would you consider buying it just to try it?
The fact that he now plays striker, because my problem with Bobby Charlton cards in the past that he's only been able to play cam and cam only, so you're a bit kind of like the Kaká kind of card where you're a bit limited to what you can do with him. He's always going to be good. And they've taken Power Shot Plus away from him as well, which helps. Mm-hmm. So he's got good play styles. He's got no tiki taka, but we'll go on to talk about that in the second path. Mm-hmm. How important tiki taka actually is now, and he doesn't have ping pass either. He'd be a class card. He's always good. He just plays well in the game. He always moves well in the game. Mm-hmm. I don't think he has bad cards.
No. Okay, and just for you, Graeme, the last card we'll certainly look at is the Vincent Kompany card. We'll not talk about his fashion sense this week, but that card is 200,000 coins. As I say, at this stage of the game, feels it's no super expensive. It's 9-1 rated centre back, and it has got the Bruiser Plus playstyle, which was mentioned earlier on the show. Is that a card you would consider?
For me personally, no. I don't think he's a top 10 defender at this stage of the game. Mm-hmm. I reckon you could pick something cheaper up, like a Bastoni or I don't know who else, but you could make them better than what Kompany is. Like, if I pack him, I'll certainly give him a try, but it wouldn't be one that I would go out my way to buy. He has a good card. He's got all pretty good stats and everything, but I just Quick Step and Bruiser as his pluses puts me off, and then he's missing a few things in there as well for me that just puts me off entirely.
Mm-hmm. See, for me, Quick Step and Bruiser are two of the best play styles that I could personally have and use. I think that's the two play styles that I look for in a centre back now because of the way I defend. So that kind of is a plus for me. But I guess it's all in your play style, isn't it?
Yeah,
it's horses. It's whatever floats your boat. Horses for courses. Could be, like you said, other people might like him, but for me personally, I would prefer Intercept or Anticipate being one of the pluses rather than Quick Step. But like I said, personally, I don't think he's a top 10 defender. I reckon there's cheaper cards that are around 100,000 that you could build up better during this promo from this week or last week. But if he tickles your pickle or whatever, go ahead and get him. But I wouldn't complain if I packed him, but I just wouldn't go out my way to buy him.
I think as well, because you can build the playstyles on all the other cards is such an advantage. So, I mean, the fact that they've gave him Power Shot Plus because he scored one goal 15 years ago against Chelsea or Leicester or somebody, remember that? And he's got Power Shot Plus because of that. You wouldn't stick Power Shot as a silver. You wouldn't use Power Shot silver on him if you were building him.
Mm-hmm. No, of course not. Well, gents, that was quite a long first half, and the ref is now about to blow for half-time. Thanks, guys. So now we do our half-time entertainment, and there was a few shocks last week. I think it was Team of the Year was number one promo of all time, which was a head scratcher for a couple of us on here. So what I'm going to do is actually, I've got the top five. As I say, it's the European stadiums. Just to put our two guys' mind at rest, there is no Ibrox, there is no Celtic Park there. We've not mentioned Scottish football. It's a wee bit in the doldrums at the minute after the weekend's action. Or lack of action even during the game, let's say. But I'll go to you first, Neil. So, for our new listeners, what we'll do is we're going to give the guys 5 stadiums and they're going to rank them 1 to 5. Now, they can put it anywhere they want. So it'll go Neil, then Graeme, then Neil, then Graeme, then Neil will finish off. So, Neil, your very first stadium is Anfield, 61,200 of a amphitheatre of noise at times where they sing Never Walk Alone. So where would you put that in terms of 1 to 5?
Are we basing this on the actual stadium or the atmosphere experience of the stadium? Are we putting
it's everything. It's everything. So it's basically the stadium and the atmosphere as well.
To be honest, I'll put it bang. Let's put it at 3. Bang in the middle, 3.
3 for Anfield then. Okay, so Graeme, this one is the Signal Iduna Park, Dortmund, with a yellow wall, 83,000 fans in there. Some racket it gets made. An old-fashioned looking stadium, you'd say as well. Where would you class that in the top 5 European stadiums?
So this is a hard one. I've got to say it's 2 or 4, and I don't know quite where. I'll go 2.
Okay, number 2 then. So Dortmund is at number 2. Okay, Neil, your one is the Santiago Bernabeu, the mighty Real Madrid, 90,000. Where would you place that in terms of the iconic European stadiums?
It's a fantastic stadium, but I don't think you get massive atmospheres at it. Maybe you do. I've never been. Uh-huh. So I'm going to controversially put it at 4, despite it being the biggest club in Europe and all.
Right, okay. So we have number 1 left and number 5, the last 2. So, Graeme, this one goes to you. This is the San Siro in Italy. 80,000. I think it may be getting knocked down. It's iconic with its red steelwork. Where would you place that in terms of European stadium? Sorry.
Well, I'm biased with the Giuseppe Messina. Obviously, that's where Interplay is due to be knocked down due to the fact that it can't be redeveloped and upgraded. I pretty know where he's going to go with this last one, and I'm pretty sure I don't like that stadium anyway. So I'll go number 1 for the San Siro, the Giuseppe Messina.
Okay, number 1 for San Siro. Great memories of me for Italia 90, that stadium, and when we had the old Channel 4 Italia football, soccer football. So then that just leaves you then, Neil, to put this stadium at number 5, and of course is the Camp Nou. 105,000 eventually will be seated there. I think it's 62,000 now as it gets redeveloped. So where would you like to have placed Camp Nou, and you have to place it at number 5? Where would you have put it normally?
I don't think I would have placed it much higher than 5. As honest truth, again, I think atmosphere-wise, I think there's a lot better stadiums in Europe where you can go and get a proper, really good atmosphere. So I'm happy with San Siro. I'm happy with that pick. I'm happy with how it's panned out to be for the first time probably in its short history of this game. It's panned out properly.
Yep, perfect. So just for our listeners, just to keep them in. So at number 5 we have the Camp Nou. At number 4 the Santiago Bernabeu. Number 3 is Anfield for Liverpool. Number 2 is Signal Iduna Park for Dortmund, and number 1 is the mighty San Siro for AC and Inter. And Neil, do you want to just add a wee something there? Did you?
Just out of curiosity question, is there any European grounds either of you have been to where you've said yes, this has been a fantastic experience or so?
I have done the tour of the Camp Nou. I'll be honest with you, I've never actually seen a game there. Lara has, and my wife has, and she really enjoyed it. And I also have I watched Rangers play Paris Saint-Germain in Paris, and it was quite an interesting experience, let's just say, being next to the PSG Ultras. And
is that when they won in penalties?
That's when they won in penalties against Ronaldinho, and Pochettino missed the penalty, and we went through, and it was a great night, that one. So,
I've not really went to many European away games. I've got a bucket list that I do want to pick off. I was lucky enough to go to Villarreal when Rangers played them in the knockout stages, but it wasn't the best stadium, and the atmosphere wasn't great either. I wouldn't rush to return to it, but I've done a tour of quite a few of the English stadiums as well, but I've never been to many games down there either, so Ibrox is pretty much the only stadium I really go to.
Good stuff.
What about yourself, Neil?
I'll keep this very short and sweet. I'm aware of the time. I've got a Serbian friend who lives in Belgrade, and he kindly invited a group of us to go to the Belgrade derby.
Oh wow!
Let me just say, it was a 90-minute game. Took more than 2 hours to finish because we were in the away end, partisan end, and they decided to set the stand on fire. So it There was a bonfire going on in the middle, and they had to take the players off for 25 minutes, half an hour. The game finished 0-0. It was terrible, but unbelievable.
I think hopefully we get Football in Review comes back when John gets back to full health, and we'll certainly get you on, and you can tell us about your time. And
I could tell a full pod about that game. Yeah, absolutely.
So we'll definitely get that in for our listeners. For me, I suppose if I could choose one ground that I could visit, would actually be to La Bombonera. I love to go to a Boca River Plate game, absolutely. Just to see that. That just looks absolutely amazing. And as Rangers fans, we know how to do the bouncy, and that is always looking like it's bouncing there. So guys, thank you so much. Half time is over, and the referee is now about to blow for the second half. So gentlemen, there was a wee bit of negativity when we first seen the promo coming out in the Discord, and now we've had over a week to sort of enjoy it. It may come down to the fact of who you've packed, but for your point of view, Neil, let's go with you first. Do you feel the experiment that EA have created with this promo has been a success? Or actually, let's do it slightly different. We'll talk about that at the end. Do you feel there's been are you surprised what playstyles you've put on your Valverde, or have you tried something different, or have you kind of went with the meta?
I was really negative at the start of this promo, and I think I said why in the Discord. I think quite like just being lazy, frankly, and I just quite like getting a card to play with it. I didn't really fancy building it up. I don't like the fact still that a tradable card becomes untradable, which we'll go on to talk about. But I've had a week to let it sink in and try a couple of players. It's been really good. I've really enjoyed it. If I've got one criticism of it, and it's really stickly, is I would like a better way to put the playstyles on the player. Mm-hmm. I don't like going through it and having to do it one at a time. It'd be good if you could just get the player up with your playstyles chart, and then you could select them that way. It's a programming thing. I would have liked that. Valverde, I won't lie, I've kind of stuck to I seeked advice from sourced other websites. I think I'd have been a bit lost and probably panicked with a card of that stature. If I put the wrong playstyles on it, I've messed up a 2 million coin card. Yes, he's untradable, but still a card that you're not going to pack as a duplicate at any point. So I had to make sure I got it right. I did put Tiki Taka on him. I didn't put Pinged, but I did take Intercept Plus on him, and made him a box-to-box midfielder. The one that interests me the most, and probably been the best SBC of the year so far, is Bernardo Silva. So many variations you could do with that. You could make him a deep line playmaker. You can make him box-to-box. You can make him a cam. I personally made him a cam, and I put on Tiki Taka and Incisive. I've got no finesse plus. Gave him base finesse, and he's scoring from all angles. So I'm really happy with how it's went this week, because I've tried 3 or 4 cards now with playstyles on them. As I said, centre back for me, I personally take Bruiser Plus and Quick Step Plus. That's the 2 I go to now, because that's the way I defend. I'm really aggressive, too much to my detriment a lot of the time, but that's how I play. So I kind of go for the base play styles for defending, then Quick Step and Bruiser Plus. Quick Step Plus on a centre back is brilliant. It's absolutely class. I'd recommend it if you wanted to defend that way.
I mean, I've seen your post on our wonderful Discord, as I said earlier on the show. If people are interested in joining it, it's almost less than a cup of coffee a week. And I picked up your Bernardo Silva. You'd posted what playstyles you'd put, and I basically copied it. The only thing I didn't take was low-driven Silva. I don't really use it.
Probably don't use it or don't need it, yeah.
And I took the long ball. I think I took the long ball for me. It's one I'd like to have kept it's one of my favourite playstyles, that one. So I did copy you. So you do have people in the Discord that say, listen, and I've enjoyed using that card. Homer, for you, sorry, Neil, sorry.
I was going to say, he's literally changed my game. He's changed the way I play at the moment. Playing him at cams with that Tiki Taka into the strikers. I play 2 strikers, so I play the 4-1-2-1-2 and arrow. And tiki-taka into the strikers is so underrated, and defenders frankly can't cope with it. People expect you just to put a through ball through and they'll track your run and take the ball off you. You tiki-taka into a striker close feet, they're up against it. It's a great thing to have.
Mm-hmm. Brilliant. I'll bear that in mind. And for you, Graeme, what's your thoughts, first of all? Have you done slightly different things in terms of any players that you've built up?
I took Bernardo Silva as well. I went with Finesse and Incisive versus 2 pluses. I didn't put any defensive playstyles on them. I went low driven, I went power shot, game changer, ping pass, long ball, tiki-taka, inventive and first touch. Because my plan was to play him either wide right or as cam or as attacking CM. So I wanted him to have the ability to pass the ball and finish. I reckon a lot of people have probably went a bit more balanced than I have with him. But the way that the game is, it's hard not to let go the meta way with your cards because you want them to perform the best. And if you do go silly or wild with them, likely you're just hampering yourself. So it's a bit of a catch-22 situation. Like if you do really go and do anything wild with them, but a couple of people on our Discord did say that they were doing it and they were having fun, which is mainly the right way to play this game. But like Neil says, I think it would be better if there was a different way to apply them all. If it was that you brought up the playstyle page and you clicked which ones you wanted, or if you could pick like an archetype or like a rogue type. So there was a tab and it was like box to box. You clicked on it and it gave you the best playstyles for box to box, and that was it over and done with. Because I can find it being really tedious if you're doing everything.
Yeah, it could be more user friendly, can't it?
It is really tedious if you've got more than like 3 or 4 different cards that you will add playstyles to. Having to go in one by one and try to remember what ones you've activated. But it's not the best user friendly for how large scale and how easy the cards have been to pack. But then, like I said the last time, at least this way you're picking what you want, because like Vincent Kompany having power shot, who wants that on a centre back? It's a waste of your limited playstyle. So I think there's more hits than misses, but there's a lot of fine tuning that could make it far better for me.
To touch on what Homer says as well about picking the meta playstyles, there'll be somebody out there that's packed that Cristiano Ronaldo card and stuck Intercept on him. There will be somebody.
I played somebody that had Bruiser on him.
Yeah, honestly, it would nothing surprise you. We'll just hold L2 for the game and stand there.
So, guys, we've talked about Bruiser Plus. It's one of the newer playstyles, isn't it? So, just before we talk about the cards, in terms of the Bruiser Plus, Graeme, from your point of view, what is that adding to the game?
It's adding an extra way to defend. I think it's slightly overpowered in my opinion. I think it's over relied on to a degree. Traditional challenging pretty much dead in this game. That I don't think manual defending is really good. I think relying on the AI a lot is really being a way this game's panned out. So Bruiser sort of is the halfway house where you can just spam A and continually just shoulder challenge until you finally win the ball or push them off the ball. It's a good tool, but I think probably going into next year's game, I don't think it'll be as good as it is this year. So I think they'll tailor it down a bit.
Is that what you're finding as well, Neil?
It's definitely got. I reckon for the next update patch that comes out, they'll have to nerf it. If you were to just do a stand tackle, and if you miss time that stand tackle, you're done. You're finished. So by the time you've hit that stand tackle once, you could hit your Bruiser button 15 times and nothing really happens apart from you either shove the ball into you win the ball back. I won't lie. I use it and spam it because I can, because you can abuse it.
Yeah,
and it's really easy to. It's the easiest, most efficient way to unbalance your player or win the ball back without compromising your defence.
And as someone who's not come across the Bruiser Plus, what buttons do you actually press?
X on a PlayStation and A for Xbox.
But you have to have advanced defending on for it to really work.
Mm-hmm. So there you are, folks. If you want to try that, make sure you've got the advanced defending on and stick on those buttons as well. So
that's where the quick step comes in as well, because if you have a quick step on it, you can get in quicker to hit the Bruiser button and push them off the ball. That's the defending tip of the week as such.
Brilliant, no problem. So guys, I am going to tell you who I packed last Friday after the show, and what I'd done is I'd got a load of I've actually paid for the premium pass in the seasons, which I do at the back end of every season, and I pick up all the packs and I scoop them up and I hold them, and I held them for this one, and sure, lo and behold, I packed Lamine Yamal, which was great, exciting, absolutely amazing at that time. But then the quandary comes in for me, and I don't want anyone to feel sorry for me. I'm very lucky, and the fact is that it was 3 million coins at that point. He's dropped a little bit in price now, but the issue is if you then, which you have to do, you have to go and put the Playstyles on the player, all of a sudden you lose the ability for those 3 million coins. And the person who bought my card off me, because I did sell them, they've just spent 3 million coins on a player that eventually they'll never be able to sell again. So is this a flaw in this promo? Let's go with you first, Homer. Or is it actually better that the fact is we've not got in the market a load of juiced up cards?
This is one where I don't like it. That I've watched sit in the fence and said that I can see both sides of it, but really, when you're paying 3 million plus, 2 million plus for a card, then you've got to do it yourself and then lose that ability to get the coins back. I'm not a fan of it at all. I know that the coding's really bad, so if EA are limited in that aspect, but I'm not a fan of being able to lock £2 to £3 million of coins down just on a DIY Evo. I generally think they should have been able to be left as a tradable thing. Maybe it's something that comes in next year where you could buy a DIY card like a Yamal for 2 million coins. You buy it where somebody's already put on their preferred playstyles, but then maybe you could go in and take them off and redo it in the way that you want it would be more beneficial. But Evos is still this is the second year for it, so it's still an early concept that EA are still tailoring. So hopefully it's something, if they are going to keep doing this, that's something that they maybe think on or work on, but I don't like it.
Neil, I know it was one of the things that you were quite negative about at the very start of the promo. The fact is that the card becomes untradable.
I'd be really annoyed if I was in your position. It's lucky. I'd love to be in the position, firstly. I'd be really annoyed because I'd be really torn. I've packed I came back in 2023, I came back to the game. And in that time, I've probably packed 4 or 5 big high coin players, tradable. And I've always had the dilemma: do I keep them, do I play them in the vault? I'm always looking at their price. Do I sell them? If I sell them now, what are their rises? All that kind of stuff. I don't see why they can't. I can't see why. So if you packed Untradable last week, blank slate, no playstyles. I don't see why you can't add your playstyles to them, right? Make them untradable, right? I don't know how, not make them untradable, but add the playstyles to them, play them for a while. But then when you go to sell that player, I don't see why it can't just strip the playstyles off them again and make them a blank slate. I don't understand why it's easy to add them, so why isn't it easy to remove them from a tradable card? I don't get that. And obviously there's something that they either can't do or don't want to do. Is it? You could be really cynical and look into it like I've done in the past and say, is this another step to them trying to kill the market? As I believe they've tried to certainly bring it down. But if anything, it tells you that the market's probably as strong as it's ever been because people are buying these cards to make them untradable as such. And plus, what's going to happen when the promo ends? I'm assuming this bakery stuff's going to stay for the rest of the game, because if they remove it, then what's going to happen to FUT birthday cards after that?
I don't know the honest answer because I mean I imagine it will disappear. You know, it's a lot for them to keep in the game. I have a lot of FUT birthday cards. I've been lucky, but they're all like 89 rated, and I'm not sure. The only one I've only actually put the Playstyles on was the Bernardo Silva one because I actually seen your post on our Discord. Yeah, I was torn. I'll be absolutely honest with you, but I am not a skiller, and I was Lamine Yamal card the 91 rated, and I felt him being 92 rated wasn't a big enough jump for me, and I couldn't do away with the coins. And I reinvested them, and I went and got myself Russo and Williamson for Team of the Year, which I enjoy using.
So, see when you sold them, with your tax off that, what were you left with? If you don't mind just asking.
I think you've probably got 2 point something, in the high twos, probably to that point of view, which was
it's phenomenal.
It is great, and as I say, I do not want our listeners to feel sorry for me. I do not want any hate for it, but it's one of those ones. It was bittersweet a little bit.
Yeah,
More
because you don't get to try the card. You don't say, do you know what? I'll use it for the weekend, and if I like it, do you know what? I'll keep it, or if I don't like it, then I've made the right decision. I think they've taken the decision away from you.
Mm-hmm. No, gents, look, the referees put up the injury time. I just wanted to quickly ask you, from your point, Graeme, then, I'm going to ask you both. I'm going to ask you the same thing as well, Neil. Has the promo been a success? And from your point of view, would you like to see it repeated?
I think it's been a success to a degree. It's been nice having that freedom, despite the interface not being the best for a user end. Would I like to see it repeated? Not anytime soon. I think it's maybe once or twice a year. It's good, but I could see it getting very boring, very tedious and irritating if it's a regular thing, unless the whole game's revamped. The market's completely different. Let's say if you take away the market and it becomes like a catalogue game where you can pick the players and change them about playstyle wise and everything, that would be fine, but the game's not in that place. So maybe if it was like once or twice a year, yeah, but not every day of the week. No, that would drive you nuts having to do that all the time.
Mm-hmm. And same question for yourself then, Neil. What's your thoughts on it?
I'm genuinely confused about how they've went. Only 3 weeks ago, they put out a poll to ask if Playstyles were overpowered, and everyone said they were. And then they said they were going to do something about that. And then 2 weeks later, they put out a promo where you can select all your own Playstyles. I don't know. I think there's been better FUT birthday promos. I think there's been better FUT birthday players in the past than this year, personally. Mm-hmm. But the fact that you can pretty much create any style of player you want is really cool. It's massive, but I don't think it's something that they can continue, and I don't think it's something they can follow up on. Otherwise, it becomes a bit of a challenge, frankly. Every single promo putting players. I mean, somebody said that this is one for the Reddit geeks, isn't it? Really, more for your casual player will look at this and say, "What's this?" Mm-hmm. I'm not sure. Genuinely torn.
No, I think it's a mixed bag. I think it definitely is a mixed bag. I'm glad you guys have packed something incredible and you're able to use it, and I'm looking forward to you. No, unfortunately, I didn't get a chance to use it. That was the only problem I got. So I was a bit torn there from that point of view. And I didn't buy another FUT birthday card either. I went back to the Team of the Year for the females and spent my coins that way. I'm just going to quickly ask you, as I say, as we reach injury time, would you like to see a promo where the roles are potentially able to be, or even positions? I know that is the promo that comes up, but would you like to see maybe roles being part of a promo, or do you feel that's just not good enough? I'll go with you first, Graeme.
At this stage of the game, generally, most of the cards all have pretty much all the roles, maybe minus one. So it would be a bit pointless now. Maybe at the start of the game, like if you could pick what roles, it would be beneficial. But like now, everybody's pretty much got all the roles anyway, so that would be a bit of a defunct idea at this stage, I think.
Yourself, Neil?
Nah, I think Playstyles are it now, and I personally think they should. I think they need to roll back in Playstyles to the sense that they need to remove them or put them back to the way it was previous to this. Position thing, I don't know. Shapeshifters kind of get some tits after 3 weeks or 4 weeks of it, to be honest. So I get kind of annoyed at that. So many, you're playing bloody Rivaldo centre-backs and all that kind of stuff. At that point of the game, I just can't be bothered. So I don't really want to see role positions getting changed and stuff moved about. Roles, as Homer says, pretty much you can put plus roles and everything through Evos now or season pass stuff. So it's already there, isn't it?
No, okay, guys. Right, look, that's the referee. He's about to blow for the full time. So, guys, just as we have our debrief and our post-match analysis there at the end of the pod, from your point of view, what's your plans this weekend in terms of FC, Graeme?
I'll go and just double check what tournaments there is this week, have a look. I'm pretty busy this weekend, so no weekend league, maybe a bit of rivals if the tournaments aren't that good. But again, I'll just be really casual. My push to really drive up rivals and everything's sort of died down at the moment.
And Neil, what for yourself? What's the plans for FC this weekend?
Season passes out, so I'll start grinding towards SP. I buy the premium pass early. I just buy it at the start. Save me buying it later on. Whether it's worth it or not is probably for another pod. But I buy it anyway, so I'll probably concentrate on that. I've got my rivals points in already for Thursday coming, so I'm way ahead of the game. I've got my squad battles in. I'll play champs with this formation. I'll give it a go. I got 9 wins last week, and that was with 2 disconnects. So I was really happy with how last weekend went. So let's aim for the Big 10, as they say.
Best of luck, mate. And just for our listeners out there, thank you for listening. Our Crete meetup is in May, and if you're really interested in coming and joining us with us, you have to be a Discord member. So again, check us out at patreon.com/foot in review. It is a wonderful place to come and talk about this game. And also, if you are interested in getting better at the game, there's no better place to check out than footcoaching.com. Guys, thank you so much for an interesting and very enlightening show. And I'm going to go and work out how to do Bruiser Plus as well. I was one of the ones who didn't know how to press the button, so it was a bit of cheating there asking you that question. But again, thanks again, guys. And there's only one thing left to do, and that is to drop it.
Drop it.
Drop it.
F-U-T. F-U-T. F-F-F-U-T. F-U-T. T. In review. F-U-T.